WWE better not screw it up, man. I'm just telling y'all, do not screw it up. I believe that WWE must do this with Liv Morgan or else. And I'll tell you why it's else, and I'll tell you what you need to be looking out for. What, as I would say, Liv Morgan fans, they need this to happen, because it's the next evolution in the Liv Morgan character. It's the next progression in Liv Morgan's career. It's the next evolution in the women's division on Monday Night Raw. And I think it's actually going to be helping others more than it just helps Liv Morgan. Now, on the February 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, WWE made it official. It's going to be Liv Morgan challenging Stephanie Valker for the Women's World title. Now, Liv Morgan obviously setting up a massive match if done proper. And I actually do believe that WWE is on to something with the Liv Morgan Stephanie Valker feud. I actually really like it, but I also think that WWE, albeit very predictable, they've told this story very well leading up to it. So obviously Liv Morgan wins Royal Rumble. She selected Stephanie Valker after weeks of teasing, well, would I go after Stephanie Valker, the Women's World title, or would I go after the women's title in Jade Cargill? Like, which would I go after if I'm Liv Morgan, right? And in typical Liv Morgan fashion, she teased it up, she healed it up, and then Stephanie Valker said what she said in Spanish a week ago on Monday Night Raw in a backstage segment, and clearly got under the skin of Liv Morgan, right? And that really set a fire under Liv Morgan. Now, I know that there's a lot of people online complaining about this segment from the February 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, saying, oh, it was flat, the crowd wasn't into it, yada, yada, yada. I'll address that in a minute. But I was thinking this morning, coming out of this show, okay, this is what WWE has to do. You got to run it back, right? You got to have Liv Morgan win the world title at WrestleMania, and I'll tell you why. One, Liv Morgan deserves to be the world champion again. She's put in her hard work over the last year as, tag team champions with Raquel Rodriguez, helping her become a legit title contender, and I would say an upper card star. I wouldn't call her a main eventer yet, but I think she's done tremendous work with Raquel and everything like that. And so it's like Liv Morgan, she's put in the hard work, right? And she deserves to be world champion. She's a main eventer. Clearly, she's been out of the picture for over a year now. So she's right there ready for the making. And also, you got to look at Stephanie Valker. They've done everything that they can with Stephanie Valker, I think, right now in this iteration of her character as this babyface. She got to work with the who's who, including Becky Lynch, right? So, and Nikki and everybody else. Like, she's got to mix it up over the last year or so. I just think, not Becky Lynch, it was Rhea Ripley. Anyways, I just think that you look at the situation and you go, you know what? She's had the title for a while, and I understand that in WWE, they insist on having these long, dragged out world title reigns and championship reigns, just so they can say, this person has held the title for 200 days, and it's like, I don't care. I don't care how long you've held. Like, look at Jade Cargill. Look at freaking Jade Cargill. People are losing their minds on social media because this woman spent like 100 days without making a single televised or PLE title defense. She's held the title for over 100 days. Outside of the Jordynne Grace feud, what has she done? And this is coming from a Jade Cargill defender. I am not a fan of what they've done with this feud, but you look this title reign rather. But if you look at what they've done with her, it's like, are you surprised? I'm not. And so when you had the prospect, so anyway, that's why I think Liv Morgan should win at WrestleMania. And I think if you don't have her win at WrestleMania, then I think you kill any and all momentum that Liv Morgan had leading up to it. And really for not anything necessary, right? Like, you don't need Stephanie Valker retaining the title here. And so, like, my point with this is, like, I don't think you need to hold the title on Stephanie Valker anymore. We've been there. We've done that. We've seen it. It's there. Right? She's feuded with who's who. She's done very well. She's evolved as a character. She's progressed as a character. But I think in this current iteration as this character, I don't think you need to see any more. Right? Like, it's time to move on. It's time to do something different. Change things up, if you will. I think that's where we're at with Stephanie Valker, where we're at with the Raw Women's Division, where we're at with Liv Morgan, it's okay. Like, you don't need title reigns and I don't know what she's at currently. I'd have to look it up. Someone will let me know in the comments. But, if she's 200 days into it, I would not be surprised. Like, you don't need always to have 300, 400, and 500 day reigns. You just don't, right? Like, and that's not to say that, like, I want Attitude Era stuff to come back where they would change titles. Monday Night Raw, there'd be a title change, and then the pay-per-view, there'd be a title change, and then SmackDown, there'd be a title. Like, I don't want that, and I don't think anyone else is calling for that. Like, that's just WCW dumb booking, right? Or even Attitude Era dumb booking. But yeah, change the title up, put it back on Liv, right? You're running it back. You are doing this, going back to 2024 era. That was a good era. 2024 was a great year for WWE. It was a great year for Liv Morgan, right? That was her true breakout year. And, being positioned the way that she was positioned with everything that WWE asked of her, right? The whole Becky Lynch departure and injuring Rhea and then the Rhea feud. I'm good with that. Like, Liv Morgan's a great champion and she already dominates TV. So it's not like she's going to be, elevated from doing absolutely nothing all of a sudden to, being in the main event. Like, Liv Morgan's a top superstar. Now, if you want to talk about that reaction on Monday Night Raw to that segment, that was god-awful. But I think that crowd was given a horrific show, and it seemed like all the energy came out of that crowd once Bronson Reed got hurt. None of the segments outside of AJ Styles' tribute really was able to get the crowd back into it. I mean, you want to talk about dead. That was the Maxine Dupree and Natalya match. That was really, really bad in terms of a crowd reaction, and they worked their tails off in that match, but they could not get anybody back. So don't pay attention to the people online complaining about, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Valker is not a hot match. I don't buy that 1 second. I think what they've done on television is very good. I think it's a match people want to see. I think WWE has actually done a very, very good job building it up, and I think they're going to pay off in a big, big way come WrestleMania with Liv Morgan going over and winning the women's world title in the end.